Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my 10 on the 10th collab project share. This is a collab that I started a few years ago. It's to help myself and anyone else that is joining in, to help us get a jump start on the cards for the upcoming holiday season. This month it is just an open collab. I thought it was easier for everybody to be able to just come and go as they were able to. So just use hashtag 10 on the 10th card collab. I don't think it may have the year on there. I'll have to go back and look, but it'll all be in the description below for how you can join in if you're interested in participating. And this is on the 10th of each month. And myself and the others who post regularly, we try to get them up around noon Eastern time. For this month, I just did 9 cards. So even though it is called 10 on the 10th, whoever is playing along it's basically, you can just make however many cards you want to, because it's for your own personal stash, just to help build that up for this upcoming holidays. I usually try to get around 10. Sometimes I'll have a few more, sometimes I'll have a few less. Now for this month, I wanted to use up, I had 9 more little Dollar Tree tags. And actually these tags here, if you saw my video for the Christmas 365 collab that went up on the last day of March, I did show these 9 tags that I made. And I talked about how I possibly might use the tags, either keep them as actual gift tags or turn them into cards. And I decided that they would look really cute on a mini slimline. And I was absolutely right. I love how these turned out. I think they're adorable, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. So what I did, I already had these tags. I did not have the little embellishment on there. It was just the tag itself and these Dollar Tree tags. You get 18 in a package, and I had used 9 previously on another project, and so I had 9 left that I used on these tags. So that's why I have 9 cards. So I just used the same pattern paper that I used on the tag, and I used the same craft paper. And then I just put like a little coordinating 3D embellishment on the front of my cards, and on the inside just lined it with some white, sort of an off-white paper, and then a strip of the leftover paper. So I had very little scraps left over because of adding them to the insides of my cards. And this is the first one, and I also used some more of the paper because I have quite a bit of paper in this pad that I'm trying to use up. Don't remember the exact name of the pad because it's out in my living room right now. I've been cleaning up in my craft room, and I moved all my Christmas stuff just outside of my craft room door into the living room, so it's not handy for me to grab it. But I did share the pad on I think I shared it when I showed the tags. But I've used this pad a lot of times because it's one of my favorites. And so I just made these envelopes using the same off-white paper. Actually, the insides of the cards are strips of paper left over from where I cut down the paper to the size I needed for the envelopes. And these cards they measure probably 3 by 6, no, 3 1/4 by 6 1/2 is what size they ended up being. I had to make them that size so that the tag would fit nicely. And I don't know if this is showing, if it's too up close, because that might be too close up. Okay. But yeah, I had to make it, I normally like my mini slimlines to be 3 by 6 because it's much easier where I don't have like a lot of not really wasted paper, but it's much easier to use the paper when it's 3 by 6. But like I said, I needed it to be big enough for the tag to fit nicely in the center. And so that is how they look. There's the first one. I love how the envelopes turned out. I just followed the measurements on my envelope punch board. And for the liner, I did find a really good tutorial on Pinterest. It's super easy to follow. I attached the top part of the liner, but I did not attach the bottom. That way it has a little bit of movement so it doesn't like pucker. So that made it a little bit easier to fold the envelope up. But there's the first one. And the next one is this really cute kitty with the buildings. And so there's what it looks like as the mini slimline. And I added a red glitter bow on this one. And there's the inside. This one, I just had one little strip of scrap paper, so I just went with that on the edge. And some of the strips over here will be fatter and some of them will be sort of skinny. And then if I had thought about it before I punched it, because I had lined up my paper in the punch board with the direction going that way to make my first little punch. But if I had thought about it, I would have tilted it so that my first punch would have been with the paper going, I think, let me see here. Well, I would have figured out how to turn it so that that my paper would be going up and down on the envelope instead of at a angle. But I think it still looks okay. So I'm not mad. I think it turned out really cute. So there's the next card. And then another one I have with the same pattern paper with another little red bow on there. And again, I just had this one little thin strip of scrap left over. And again, going at an angle, but I think it still looks cute. And I love how it all coordinates. And that's what I've been trying to do more this year, is if I don't use cards that, like from Paper Studio, that already have like the envelopes and the cards together, I've been trying to go ahead and make my envelopes at the same time that I'm making the cards so that I have everything coordinated. And so this pattern paper here is actually from the back side of this one. And there's a cute little reindeer, and I used the bow again on this one. And the inside there again had just a thin strip. I think that's why I had such thin strips, was because I was making 3 cards out of this pattern instead of 1 or 2. And the next one, I have 2 cards with this dove paper. And again, it's sort of at an angle, but I still love how it turned out. And I went with the red bow on that one again. And the inside there has a little bit thicker scrap of paper, a little bit wider. And then the next one is this adorable reindeer. I love that turquoise with the red and the bow down there on the bottom. And there's the inside. And on this one, I just had one card with this really pretty green and red snowflake paper. And I love, this is probably my favorite card, just because I love the snowflakes that I used on here, because it had the snowflake pattern. I went with my little silver glittery snowflakes and added a little clear gem to the middle of them. And I just love how that looks with the snowflake at the top and the bottom. And it's just a really pretty shade of green, I think. And then there's just one card with this really pretty blue and gold foil star paper. And I added a few little candy canes at the bottom. Thought that was super cute. And the inside looks like that. And then the last one is another one of this, sorry, I'm pointing that out, paper with the little snowman and the reindeer. And the inside there. So that is what I have made for this month's 10 on the 10th. I got 9 cute little cards. I might end up see if my daughter wants these to take with her for work this coming year. Of course, that's a little ways off, but she works at an assisted living facility, and I'm gonna, if she's still there this coming December, I'm hoping that she might be able to take some of my cards with her for the residents to give out to either their friends, their neighbors, their family, you know, whoever they might want to give a Christmas card to. Because I really need to start getting rid of some of the cards that I've made. I've got quite a collection of them now. But I thought since these would be kind of hard to mail, but if they wanted to give them to each other, like they're in the home, or the facility, that's what it's called, the facility that they live at, I thought these would be really cute. So thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. And if you want to see who else has participated, you can search up the hashtag that will be in the description below. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care.